clears it. Now you're going to have one other
Someone's
hero.
having
Even though you
technical
have the last
difficulties.
They banned Shadow Fiend. They're still Dragon Knight, which I think is okay versus Naga. Not terrible. They could do Death Prophet.
I feel. Oh, I was like, it must be DK. They banned that. No, Leshrac, the malicious.
Leshrak's really good versus Naga. However, there is a decent amount of burst on the side of OG, and Hellraisers doesn't have any save. So Leshrac is going to be very much on his own when he's entering team fights. He'll have a little bit of backup with the Witch Doctor heal and the Earthshaker Fissure to help counter-initiate any kind of like lift or stun from Sand King.
There it is again. They really like this Void Spirit. If you're going to overall last pick it twice,
and that's
it is
Thompson slaying that.
And now they have a Spirit Vessel hero.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
and a much easier one. Wow. Pretty convincing pick for OG.
I like Hellraisers again. I think Leshrac's a little rough against Rubik, though. I think the mid lane is going to be really, really important. Like, who gets rune control for that first 4-minute rune, and how good of a game does Leshrac have? Can he get that early use to start, moving around the map and setting up kills?
I highly favor OG this time. I think they have a lot more teamfight control. They don't have a useless hero. When you want to roam as 5, if you have one useless hero, then why are you roaming as 5? I think this game, the Naga doesn't even have to show up to fights, and you already, like, those 4 heroes minus the Naga, I think can take a team fight against Hellraisers besides maybe, like, a farmed Lycan.
Yeah.
I just think they're just going to roam around the map and be very active like they have, but they actually have heroes who can be active, and I think OG will take this one, I'll say decisively.
So you said you're split on this, you two.
Yeah.
Hellraisers for PPD and Grant on OG.
Convincingly for me.
Convincingly.
Damn.
Okay, fair enough. Hype stuff. I'm excited to see how things will pan out. I'm curious to also hear what our casters have on this one. Why don't we just send it their way now? We have Capitalist and Gods to bring you coverage for Game 3.
Very important Game 3 for both of these teams. Hellraisers and OG, they are far from securing themselves a playoff position in their groups. Both of them are currently in that bottom half. Neither one can afford a loss.
Carry on.
Yeah, I think for OG, they've still got some tough opponents ahead of them as well. I mean, this whole Group B is completely wide open. There isn't really any clear favorites other than maybe
Thanks to you.
Even like every individual game.
You're a trusty mate.
Even though OG, despite the TI success they've had in the they're not heavily favored against the team.
What happened the last time you said that?
Consider them favorites against.
Yeah, and the wisdom of the public, they are seeing some Hellraisers points, and they're
just
slowly
happened?
but surely more and more of them are betting more on Hellraisers. But let's
I
see.
can make
Going
it,
into
but
Game
it'll take
3,
me a while.
I do.
No, let's just make Kunka
I
make
do
it.
really like the Timbersaw. I like this Timbersaw pick because where the hell is
Where'd you get
it?
a
Was
bag?
all over the place for ESL 1 LA. It was one of the most picked banned heroes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like
way more often banned than picked.
Force
But
staff.
it was always taken out of the draft pool at some point.
Glimmer.
Nowadays, I feel like we just don't see it that often.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be sitting on the couch going through a draft.
30 seconds to go.
They might pick Timbersaw. Can they beat a Timbersaw? And now it's like it's not even a hero we bring up in most of these drafts. So,
Yeah.
This is, with all the Nature's Prophets that we're still getting, it's an amazing pick, and they picked after Naga Siren. Like, I'm in the Hellraisers camp as far as the drafts for this game goes. I think Timber should have an amazing game. I don't think they have great either. They have some control.
He might sleep me.
Can just run over towers.
Nice button,
That's where I think the place we have.
Yeah, Peter said it's going to come to lock down to that mid lane matchup. I mean, if they already have Timbersaw, who's going to have a decent lane, I presume. Nature's Prophet plus Naga. I can't see that going bad for you. And then if Leshrac actually wins his lane, or does alright, starts getting that snowball running, they've got plenty of Naga Siren answers.
We didn't get that?
Right, this is
I'll go
definitely
get
feels
it.
like one of those games where Naga is
okay.
playing
I denied theirs.
Okay, I got it.
If you're this Naga's not like top 1 or top 2 net worth in the mid to late game, that's a problem. Like this Naga isn't going to be able to like split push farm her way back to this game.
And so the eyes in that case on Thompson's Void Spirit and mid 1 Sand King and probably Sonic as well to be able to shut down these all-important players and prevent them from snowballing and taking over the
And I think as a whole, even though OG they've won one of their 3 series, I think as far as individual players go, Thompson's looked the shakiest. He's just coming back from a long break, so it's understandable. And even though he's back in Europe and some of his teammates are playing on higher ping and stuff, he's been playing the least of it. So I think it's shown a bit. So time for him to step up. Time for him to get his team some wins.
Definitely doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence.
No.
He's still picking what he wants to pick and playing how he wants to play. And I guess that's the kind of confidence it takes to be a 2-time TI winner.
First blood.
Last game could be closer if he had a bit less confidence, maybe. It was like his undoing.
Yeah.
It was just like diving into like 4 heroes at times on his Monkey King. But yeah, we'll see how he does on the Void Spray. I'm excited to see his return to European Dota. It wasn't the same OG without him for a while, so it's at least a good sign of things to come for this team.
He definitely adds a certain amount of spice, but they are still, like, when they first announced their roster, people are like, oh, 3 mid laners, how's this going to work? Are they all going to be able to adapt? What is your take on that now that we're finally seeing Thompson, and even if it is a very heavily lagging mid one, we're seeing mid one in that position of the offlane. How do you think things are developing for them?
I think at least theoretically it should develop really well. I think I have a lot of belief in mid one and his ability to adapt to the offlane. I think whatever you see this tournament is not really. You got to give it some time. It reminds me a bit of like Resolution switching to the offlane or Ramses, where it's just like, are these guys really going to be offlane players? But they're just so individually talented. They were like top 2, top 3 in their role previously, so they're going to be one of the best players in their new role, I feel, give them enough time because of their natural individual skill. I think offlane suits mid one's playstyle, especially this current patch where offlaners get a lot of farm, get to make some plays. And then I think maybe my bigger question mark is Sumail a carry player? Because I think he's just such an iconic mid laner. Even though we've seen him a bit on the carry role, I'm still questioning, like, is his home not in the mid lane?
Yeah, I guess when they announced it, I definitely felt the same about mid one for sure, in that like his mid style for Secret was very space creating, right? Like the way he would run around on some of these heroes like Monkey King and Ember Spirit felt a little bit like the way Thompson did it, but just with mid one's own style, and it was like, okay, he's going to be a space creator. He could probably transition to a 3 just fine. He was very selfless.
All right,
but,
carry on.
Sumail, his transition into the carry role, that's also another question.
What time?
I just wish, like, it definitely feels like it's going to take more time, just because our hero pool is still not, like, fully developed. I think this will be a really good test. Sand King, that's a classic offlaner, and he's in a position where he needs to succeed, right? Because Sand King can blow up, Leshrac can blow up. He can be integral to taking down a Timber Saw, or maybe all that AoE can be good against the Lycan.
Oh, absolutely. Hop ourselves in the game so you guys can be reminded of exactly what heroes are coming your way. We're just waiting for Timbersaw, for Funnick to get back into the game.
They paused once, unpaused for a moment, like, oh, it's time to play. No, Sumail just wanted a different mini game to play. That's what he wanted.
Did he actually say that?
Yes. Said repause for a new mini game. So maybe they need to add a feature where you can vote on what mini game you want to play during the pause.
Yeah, vote to skip it or something. Yeah, a few of these players just aren't having it. Looks like Thompson's intentionally throwing the old -9.
Maybe he's just picking all the heroes he'd rather be playing right now.
Meanwhile, the Hellraiser side taking it a bit more seriously. He's coming. They say sorry.
Yes.
Sumail and Sox are the only ones who are really trying on OG.
Yes.
This is a bad sign for OG going into game 3. You gotta be competitive. You gotta have a winning mentality, and it looks like most of Hellraiser wants to have it.
I find it interesting too that the battle pass levels of their team, the 3 TI winners, or at least recent TI winners, all have the level 1000+ battle pass. And you got Sumail and Saxa. They're like, now we don't need level 1000. That's not us. They're not fully a part of OG yet.
Maybe that says that mid one has fully adopted the OG mentality, whereas Sumail and Saxa are still kind of lagging behind. You gotta get rid of that. You gotta get rid of your individuality and be all in the OG or the monkey business as they originally started.
As you say.
All right, apparently Roger. He says, not to worry, Thompson. I'll go negative with you.
Trying to catch up.
Oh no! Now Maposhka's intentionally tanking his score.
It's over though, right? So we're at 11 points.
That's true.
So it's first to 10. How do you get
First to
11?
10.
Keep going.
Maybe Maposhka was, you know, being a true hard 5. You know, he's setting up his carry for success. You win this one, my friend.
Yeah.
Sure is shooting.
What do you think of the minigames? You've been playing them?
No.
When you play,
Target practice.
I
Lead.
just can't I do not feel like I need to keep a constant match. Once I get taken out of that by a pause, I really lose track of, like what's happening, where heroes are.
Yes.
Cheater.
Thank you. I had one, but I guess you're not taking damage either, right?
Uh-huh.
Could the mini game be rigged?
Whoops.
Uh-huh.
73? He accidentally clicked the correct one, I believe.
doing it side. Turn this monitor
minute
on
and a
its
half.
side. I don't know what's going on.
You
Are you in pub games? Do you how long is an appropriate length of time to pause before unpauses?
It depends on how bad the MMR
Oh, what
spread is.
the heck?
Okay.
If it's a good game,
You'll
if
wait.
I'm the lowest rank, I'm like, I'm gonna wait as long as it takes.
Double damage.
If I've got some deflects on my team, I'm like, go next.
The 3 a.m. games where it's like Divine 5, Divine 4 sneaking in. You're like,
Why can't I do this pull? Sorry, man.
That mentality just, you know, it steeps
Oh,
down
you're
from the
giving me
top.
anything.
I'm sure the
Thank
top
you.
100 would be like, if it's not a top 100 game, I'm out.
yeah. They're
Keep
like
me on the next one.
They're like, I've got casters in my game. We're gonna unpause this one.
Cap is saying he'll only play Sniper, Weaver, and Techies. He's griefing.
Yeah.
Trick shot.
Well, congratulations on Post first to show us the
Your
triple
atrocity mate.
digit number.
Dot.
Okay. That's what happens.
Rude,
Innovators,
rude.
that's what Hellraisers are. The fresh mini game, I believe.
Nope.
Time for another one.
This.
Wanna
Same
fight
one.
here?
Oh. Well,
You have shrapnel? How many shrapnels you have?
On target.
I would have preferred the musical chair.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And it's like whoever wants to play can play.
Just run,
I mean,
yeah.
Grant may be some sort of like idiot
Guides
savant
me.
and have a expert knowledge of this game, but for me, it doesn't
Yeah.
do it.
He's coming.
Just finding the right hero isn't for me.
Never mind.
Bounty.
Watching pro players have
You
quick
die.
reactions, though, I'd like that.
Yeah, looks like they've given up now.
Yes.
They get the 2-1. They're like, all right, we're done.
2 more minutes or no?
TPD.
Line of sight. Shrapnel. Snipe hunt.
What has been your favorite chat roll on? That is one of my favorite right there. Both of them. Come through with the woo and then the nice side. Because I feel like I just hearing that all the time when we go to China lands and stuff.
The coming through the woo is really good.
Eat
I think that's my
lead.
favorite. I'm still
Not a your favorite isn't yours?
Hey, Bristol's
don't.
back.
Does anyone like hearing their own
Hallelujah.
voice? I think at first, my first reaction was like,
I got Necro
I got
book
a line of
one.
voice in the battle box, and the first few times I heard, I'm like, I don't like this, guys. Take it out. Bow, please.
Every single time you did a little trigger, you just
Radiant's gone and fortified their structures.
So, no, I don't know.
nobody likes the sound of it. Nobody likes.
Spotted.
We got my
do
courier
you still
and
sometimes
clarity.
go through your replays as a caster?
Going ballistic.
Oh, yeah. I ended every broadcast. I'll spend a couple hours going through. Did you see this? You responded like I was being serious.
I was like, is this leading somewhere? Like, I thought you were gonna say like, because
That
Yori
bird's
was
missing,
saying
yeah.
that he did it for BTS because he had to cut up the replay, so naturally he had to listen
Oh,
to
yeah.
Back
the
meta.
restream. He would just put up the restream, so I was
Yeah.
like, maybe just coincidentally. God, you have casted a billion in some games. I'm not imagining going back through your replays too much.
Going.
No, I think especially with casting because it's such
Sniper is pretty much almost free farming down here.
I watch more panels.
I'll get that back after.
It's a lot easier to learn.
Yeah.
Cast. Every game's different and just gonna let things happen, let things flow.
And that's what's great about Dota. Every game is different. In this
Carabane
game
might be
is
coming middle. He's
no different
missing
than
still.
that guy.
Never mind, he's back.
I was like, all right, time to do the amp up into our game 3, and then unfortunately, just for vibes.
Missing. Oh, Striker's still here.
Good.
We got top
The
tower.
other fella's top tower won't be making trouble no more.
I was looking at OG 1 win, 2 losses.
Yep.
And Hellraiser's 2 wins, 2 losses.
Run and
so
gun.
And OG has lost to.
Well played.
they lost
they
to
lost
both
to?
CIS teams.
I've been
Flying
playing
Knuckles.
Lycan because Sumail was playing Lycan earlier.
As you
Meanwhile, Hellraisers, they have lost to Alliance and Versus Pro Prodigy. So those are 2 tough wins. We're against
Well played.
It's weird because it's not like to me there's like you haven't played this
Bristol's
team,
only
you put a
level
hard
3,
match
so.
ahead. I think there's like 7 even teams and then there's Windstrike. No offense to Windstrike, they've just been kind of the free win for most people
Spotted.
so far.
Yeah. I definitely put, for me anyway, the 3 that I put up a little bit more on the pedestal is if you beat VP Prodigy and Ninja the Pajamas.
sniping.
Okay. Those are the 3 that are like, okay, me tougher.
Body shot.
Just because OG hasn't like quite solidified
I don't have much
their
mana.
super tough opponent since they're having a
I
losing
don't see
record.
Ember middle.
Yeah, I think for sure, totally agree with those teams. I mean, VPP's record lately has been
Yeah.
fantastic. Alliances, their alliance, they've been a tier 1 team in Europe for a while now.
My spotter.
Do you think Windstrike's gonna walk away with a win? Or are they just gonna go the old 0-7?
I think there's a good chance 0-7.
So they've got 3 more opportunities to get a dub here. Technically, they're still in it. They can still, with a tiebreaker, Flight of Moon, Hellraiser.
Chris about to keep it up.
It's tough. It's really tough. I mean, you never know. These
I'm pushing
CIS
top.
versus CIS matchups,
Yeah.
like sometimes they just know each other so
Radiant's
well.
tough
They
enough
fortified
structures.
Maybe that'll be what That's what like
True.
Secret's doing over at Buffet. They're crushing everyone. They 2-0'd Viking GG today, but meanwhile they're losing to Team Unique, who aren't a weak team by any means, but they were a team without a win before that.
And they,
The other
they
fella's
got
aiming to
some
wreck your bottom
that
tower.
way, but definitely, if I recall, they were not one of the teams
10
vying
minute.
for an actual playoff spot.
Bruins.
Yeah.
We cast a few of the games, like they would win a game here or there.
Taking their bounty.
They took a lot of games serious
Yeah.
to game 3 and would lose game 3.
bounty!
We were never like blown away by the performances, but they also looked reasonably solid.
Akira, you want the tome or you think it's better on me?
Alright, game
Okay.
3. Hellraisers and
I have Necro 3.
OG lose this, it'll put them 1 and 3.
Let's have a go at it.
Big danger of not making top 4 head into the playoffs. Hellraisers 2 and 2. This
Of
would
course.
solidify a winning record for them at the group stage and position themselves quite nicely because they've already faced some tougher opponents.
A lot of lane swapping going on here. Funnick running across from top to bottom.
Sapphire's bottom
Top,
too.
Like
Ah.
gonna run
Okay.
bottom, ends up TPing. So their TPs are on cooldown. Kind of been caught, but you still put any heroes.
Well played.
Partying shot.
Bear is fussed about these lanes.
Yeah, it feels like you've probably got an okay setup no matter what.
Hotel is going to need to help with one out to secure his lane. Close go Witch Doctor. One of the better zoning 5s, but at the same time, not a zoning 5 that, I mean, it can deal well with the trees in the past for sure, but a flight zoning doesn't.
And they got back here, so will be into the Timber Sauce. The best way to deal with this Timber Sauce seeing is Naga Siren.
Amber is coming. Full
Still,
speed.
I
I
think
can TV.
for Sentry.
Yes.
I can
You get a
TV.
sentry down, he just walks
Okay.
into you and does whirling death, forces you out of your sandstorm. I wonder if mid-1, what route is he going to go on? Because I've seen all 3 different builds of late. Just Sand King coming up into prominence more and more.
Do you think the going for more points in Caustic is viable?
I think it is viable in like really extreme scenarios where
Careful,
there's
no one's here.
one
No one's bottom.
specific hero matchup or like your 2-on-2 is really favorable where you have
Yep.
Caustic melee. Because you're matched up against 2 melee heroes.
Arcane's coming.
and maybe there's like one of them's lightning, so the summon you can pop Caustic off of or something. I think it's like really
The other fella's bottom tower.
Snap.
Nothing but
Step right here.
fragments now.
anyway.
Yep.
He started with it.
We'll keep pushing and then we'll see what happens. I'm gonna put a defensive ward
Gear off, get some points elsewhere.
right
I
here.
think top tower secured.
So will be Shaker moving around, poking in the mid lane. Thompson getting pressured early on. Playing this.
Oh, they're on me.
Well, they disowned their top tower.
Yep, let's fight. Conker's here.
Spectacualr was top.
Any
12 and 2, so close attention to this mid lane. This is
Well played.
make or break is going to happen.
This really looks like
Could try with that turret.
Witch Doctor has Voodoo Restoration, so that kind of says it all.
I'm tipping him.
about
Voodoo Restoration with a
Yeah.
Lycan?
I'm tipping.
It sounds impossible to pressure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go middle and push it out.
They're just going to shrug off any damage. So it's really like the Shaker rotations around mid lane that could be potentially set kills, but even there, it's less about kills. It's going to be more about rune control, the regen battles. So if you can use that fissure to like cancel regen or something, can be really nice. He baits out. He's just baiting out spells in the mid lane, forces a dissimulate so that he doesn't get fissure blocked in, and these kind of
Pushing out
small
middle
plays to
a little
just force
bit.
out HP and mana regen is kind of how you win this mid lane at this point.
Yeah, when it comes to the rotations, like it becomes
There's a mango
roaming
tree here.
and surely that's got to be more value for
Anyway, I can't.
right? I feel like Earthshaker's a better rotating hero than
Let's get this. Lycan can be on his own.
More content being just
He has ulti, he should be okay.
I
Unless he gets gripped.
think that he doesn't care about this here as much. He knows that eventually one of his core is probably the Lycan is going to go
Radiant structure.
It goes top. Everybody's camping bottom.
I got Spectre.
Oh, and Tusker, he's going to cap it back.
Two masks on this brigand team.
Does block him in, so he can like put Thompson ahead.
Triple kill.
It's close. We've those 5-minute bounties. I'm always excited because the bounties
Nothing
are
left
just
of the other fella's mid-tower.
So this, like, okay, first rune who's going to get it, and if you don't get it, then it's like, okay, they need a bounty
This is
rune.
our
Are
lineup.
they
We
going to
should
get
keep
the
pushing.
bounty rune? Because it feels like Saxa is already positioning aggressively to contest the top bounty.
Take bounty.
I'm gonna get runes.
Have
Yeah.
fun trying to bust down radiant structures now.
He is going to try and pressure.
Go bottom, take bottom, and then
Yes.
Saxa tried to snipe
Alright,
the
he's
Korean
out.
top, even though it was flying. Maybe still do so with some right clicks. He won't get the chance to do so.
This will come in handy.
Bounty runes coming out. It seems like Saxa's should be able to secure both top bounty runes.
Why not?
Oh,
So Kasani not even
I have
moving off
mana,
the
anyone
lane.
need it? No, not really.
Oh no! No Tail did not micro his treant that was right next
Got
to
a
the
feeling
boundary
things are
rune.
gonna
He could've
pick up
denied
real
one of them
soon.
away from Roger. So it would have been a 2-for-1.
So 2 for 2 in the end. Leshrac isn't struggling without the rune refills. It's full health, plenty of mana. Has gone back to the max sandstorm, but struggling with the harass.
Oh, big kill! Rotation into mid lane does catch
Your
Kasani for the
top
first
tower's
blood.
hurting.
5.5 minutes in.
Can't do nothing about dire structures right now.
Mid laner helping. Flonic
16-minute
first blood
rune.
was almost caught onto mid one earlier. Flonic finally does secure the kill.
That
though.
top tower of yours ain't
Funny part
doing
is
so
he,
good.
Just continue to push. Let's take
he
this
doesn't have
tower.
it. Oh no, he does have a sentry there. Never mind. He brought plenty of them to lane.
One by the center of the zone to try and control that vision battle. And
Almost
this
feel
time
bad
around,
for
the
your
rune
top
battle
tower.
is not won by anyone really. Hellraiser's denying the pops and the Shaker picks it up. Another hero that's
They don't have deep push. What do you guys want to do? High ground or Roche? High ground?
We have a
I think for
catapult.
Leshrac,
We
you're
have a
very
catapult, so-
susceptible
Yeah,
to these
let's
ganks
go.
now.
The whole team will be here.
OG
You all have
camp in your lane.
ultis.
He just wants to
Besides
hug his
Conka.
face.
Tower
10 seconds though.
He cannot afford to die. Just keep it in the lane.
Pops it does. There goes the epicenter. Flonic a little bit
Put this
scared.
early
This is gonna be too
aggression.
much burst
I'll
damage.
stand
It is
up here
close,
too.
but he pops the fairy fire. And now
Might
it's
get
the
gripped.
advantage. If he had any mana to work with, but he doesn't.
This is a Bristle on the slide here.
Flonic still something gets readed in. Maybe catch him, but he's trying to turn around. It's not enough. Flonic running out of damage.
Get towers too.
Second pop.
Don't forget towers.
Oh,
He could have lived there.
Tower.
he got greedy.
Yeah,
What is the kill?
He would have maybe trade his life there.
Tower.
Without
Get
that
moving.
bottom rag.
Alright, we're good.
Just
The other
staying
fella's
alive, he had a
bottom
tango
rags
which he
is
didn't
finished.
actually use. He chopped
Now we
down
can't
the
end it,
tree, so
just
he
play
could.
safe.
I think when you're
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
level 7 Timbersaw, your biggest thing to
I'll
do
play
is
boys.
just
Let's go middle after. Like playing with
Get the tier 2. Get the tier 2 items and yeah.
He's had his lane screwed up a couple times, but still bounced back fine. Going later on to the mid game. Another dust goes
I
out.
got
Does catch
that.
mid one. Slowing him down with the chakram. The pullback at the last second doesn't actually get that extra damage. Mid one out of it in time. That's thanks to the fact he's got Tranquil Boots. He might just be able to run this out, but no. Slowed down again. Great placement. Funnick. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Song being used by Sumail to dodge this gank. And it's the Witch Doctor wrapping on the side and Lankin pops over.
I guess he was saving his support there.
There goes one of the other
I
fellas
think Nick's
mid-tower.
probably using Shapeshift to try and
I
kill
have mana.
Nico, or I'm not. Yeah, maybe he was actually trying to kill Sumail.
Wait
Yeah,
for the
Sumail
next
still
siege
has
creep. Get Roche, I don't know.
No one came close
You
to
guys
that.
wanna-
Give me
Everyone
Akiva.
was just full health, so.
Yeah, I feel it would be very hard to kill Sumail.
Can I have that
without,
instead?
Like high levels of
Aura.
Maledict, and they've only got one level of it. Oh, that is a juicy
No?
stack. Look at
This
that.
guy's buying a
My,
fucking
my. Hello.
Can I have
Get
that?
his
Yeah.
way in here. Someone undetected. A
Thank
nice
you, sir.
observer behind the T1 mid tower.
No. Can I have that kill? I mean, you gotta be closer. Because it gives aura? I don't know.
Roger. He's trying to protect the tower while Bloodstrike
Yeah,
resets. But the pressure comes thick fast from
And the-
OG. They take the kill on
Killing pretty
Roger.
bored.
Immediately start lane damage.
Coming.
in.
Said you're
Sounds gonna
sleepy.
Rotate though.
That's a
Coming.
nice rotation. I
Coming.
like this. Making
Yeah, I
sure
don't
that
see
your T1
Ember
mid
and
towers
Spectre
do not
died,
get
so.
pressured this early on.
Alright, let's go.
Going to wherever No-Tail goes to push.
Mana in 4.
Turn around with the Wolves and Necronomicon. On top.
Like an ulti. Let's push.
Damage on that tower.
Okay, everyone middle then.
Yeah.
Team's middle.
400 or 500 damage with that TP in.
I think they spotted that. They know that
Yeah, I'm here.
Saxa was over here. Missed the Maledict. Pass finally goes down.
Vote in
He's gonna need some good
25
wolf
or
body
so.
blocking here to get this kill, but the telekinesis from Saxa took that wolf front. Sleepy puts it behind him. Mid-one going to be chased down once again. That Work Death isn't quite enough. The Timber chain through, but Mid-one bounces over the side with first strike for the
The other
Chakram on
fellas
point.
mid-tower.
Keeps on beating where Mid-one could go. Cuts him down. Kasadi's going to live. Well,
Let's go
he
top
died.
2 and then we can do stupid stuff. Let's not play dumb.
The other
So
fellas
You can still lose this
One
if
for
we don't
two
have
in the mid
megas.
lane.
Very action-packed early game here. Very kind of unconventional. Doesn't really
The
care
other
what
fellas
play.
top
Takes
tower
a lot
might
of
be making trouble.
moving around,
The other fellas
moving,
top
making
rags ain't gonna be a
that's
problem now.
Okay.
Yeah,
The other
Now we
fellas top rags.
do whatever we want.
Now we got a serious case of making creeps.
You can just push it to end, I guess.
I wonder which side they will say is won.
Buy this.
Why do I keep-
Someone
These
end the
three
game.
heroes versus those two heroes in the mid lane.
Is Lycan part of the Cavern Crawl? Because this is my 3rd game with it.
Nothing left of the other fellas
See you later,
mid-tower.
nerds.
Oh, okay.
Get a response out of it.
Good lane, sniper, good lane.
Very good game.
The other fellas mid-tower.
Scores have around that 4K mark. Did one
I like this, where Funny kind of sets the Leshrac up to be able to take that tower to the top and
GG, guys.
be able to
You done good.
Well played, sniper bot lane. That was fun.
They don't have Ether, but they can set it up with the sim lane. Nice enough telekinesis. They get the